What's up, y'all? Check it out. Have y'all ever heard of the Coochie Monster?
I beg your pardon?
No, you haven't. I could have sworn you have. You had to have heard about it, right? You know, the monster that possesses women to grow teeth inside of their genitalia and then use their umbilical cord to ultimately drag you into their vulva region so that their vaginas that have teeth as sharp as sharks can eventually chew you up and swallow you. You've had to have heard of this, right? Oh, you haven't heard of it? No, really? Wow. Are you ready, my nigga? All jokes aside, though, this show is legitimately terrifying, bro. It's been a minute since I've watched a piece of horror media that's truly, bothered me to the point where I had to pause it. And this show really succeeded in doing that. And I know that that's I don't mean to hype it for you, because I know that horror seems to be in a place where it's people hype up how scary it is and then you're just not scared of it. You can make that distinction up to you. All I'm saying is that this show absolutely terrified me, and it's been a while since something has been able to do that, and I have to give it props for that, right? And if that's not enough of a deal breaker for you, then the other positives are, to me, one of the big elements is the fact that I truly care about each and every one of these characters, and I don't want to see them die. I really don't. And that's not something that can be said with every piece of media. They really make you spend time with all of these new kids, all of the adults, all the side characters, and you really care about each and every one of them. So when one of these characters ultimately catches an L, it is going to be heartbreaking to watch. I really have come to love each one of these characters. Another positive I really appreciate about the show so far is the fact that, I know I already mentioned that it's scary, but to me, scarier than all of the It movies that have been in this franchise so far. This show is aggressive, man. It is aggressive, and there's a scene in episode 4 that is the most aggressive, involving a snail. Those of y'all who have seen this show know what I'm talking about. Those who haven't, y'all will know. Oh my God, I sound like a Vietnam War vet just talking about it, but I really can't. I really don't like thinking about that scene, bro. It is awful. Something else I really love about this show is this show has been able to be very interesting so far, even without Pennywise.
What's going on?
I know half of y'all probably came to this show to see y'all's big, beautiful, ashy, four-headed, 6'4", cross-eyed clown in this show. But, he's not in the first half of the show. And it's been able to keep me captivated the entire time. And I didn't think it was going to be that way. Pennywise has always been one of my comfort characters since I was a kid. Both versions of him. So when I come to this show for Pennywise and I'm hearing in news articles that is not gonna have Pennywise in half the show, I'm like, huh? It's a situation where it's you know what? Let's see how it goes. And luckily the writing is just so immaculate. The writer for this show just seemed to dip his pen in God's holy piss and write the script with that. It's been able to keep me captivated so far, and that's not easy to do when the horror villain is the main drawing point and you don't see him for half the show. So big props on the filmmaker for that, right? Well, Andy Muschietti for that. The writing is great. It subverts expectations, especially in the first episode. It knows how to get you invested in everything going on. It gets you to feel fear for the stakes of the situation. It really is an amazingly written show. And I think one of the biggest positives I've taken out of this show is the fact that out of all of the It installments, this feels the most like the book. There's not going to be any child orgies, don't worry. This feels the most like the book. Like the 2017 movie, for me, because it not only took place in the 80s instead of the 50s, but also just was not that gory. It was a great movie and is my favorite fear-driven horror movie of all time. But it didn't feel too much like the tone of the book I was reading. This show captures that perfectly. It is gory, it is brutal. It puts all the focus in the terrible things surrounding this town. And while it doesn't take place in the 50s, it does take place in a time period close enough to the 50s where you're still feeling that kind of tone in the show that's similar to the book. So I really appreciate about that, because this show gave me what I felt like the movies were missing. So now on to the negatives I've gotten from this show. I just don't understand this franchise's obsession with using CGI for its scares. Like, and now granted, it's not even like it's bad CGI. It's like, it's scary, you know? But I would feel more scared of it if the scares didn't look like it came out of the Smurfs movie. Like, I really wish half of these monsters and demons and mind moments were just practical, because I know it would be just so much more effective that way. And that's my overall critique of like the franchise so far, or at least a modern franchise. So it shouldn't really be any surprise that it's come back through the show, but it's still just like kind of like unnecessary. You get what I mean? Another thing I dislike is how easily a lot of the characters will let stuff slide in this show, if that makes sense. Like, these are very easily forgiving characters. Like in episode 2, one of the main characters, Lily, puts Ronnie and her family in a position that is really life-changing, and Ronnie would have every right to just jump her like a Stephen King themed World Star video, but she doesn't. She just kind of moves on and is like, nah, it's all good, because of the power of friendship. Like, I truly believe that in this show, somebody could literally shoot the other character's dog and then wipe their ass with the dog's corpse, and then the other character will be like, it's okay that you shot my pooch, I forgive you because of the power of friendship. I don't really like that. It just feels inhuman, you know, especially with how much time we have to spend with this show. I'll also say that this show falls back a lot on scares involving babies.
Listen, this is crazy. You got, oh my god!
Or at least birth. I know I mentioned the vagina monster in the show already, but it just really falls back on birth often, to the point to where at one point, in a few points, it's like already terrifying, but it just starts to feel, you know, repetitive. But there's other, like, you know, diverse scares throughout the show, luckily. So it's not like babies are the only thing that's used for like scares and stuff like that, but it is a common occurrence, is what I'll say. And it just feels repetitive sometimes. And there's also a lot of times where the show just feels kind of like filler, you know, but I don't know whether or not that's due to just how long the show takes for the next episode to come out, but a lot of it really did feel like filler. But overall, until the second half comes out, I really been enjoying this show so far, like immensely, and I recommend it to like any horror fan, especially if you're a fan of the franchise. I'm gonna do a YouTube Shorts review of episode 5, which is the first episode of the second half of the season, and then once the season ends, I'll do another full-length review like this, but just talking about the overall show. So this is what it is so far, and I've really loved it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Share the video around, it'll really help the channel out. And if you have any specific horror movie you'd like to see me review, put them in the comment section below, and I'll more than likely review it. Andy Muschietti, you cooked on this show. You cooked on It Chapter 1, and you cooked on It Chapter 2. My brother in Christ, what happened in that piece of zebra Flash movie?